Well, hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Youth One Now channel, a place that you can access anytime, anywhere to get content to help you reach your full potential. That's what we're all about. We want to help you reach your best, and we'll always be talking about things to help you get there and live your best life and live it out on your day-to-day. And so today, we're right back to it. If you haven't watched the two previous videos, we talked about how to write a better resume. The second part was becoming an interview ninja, so how to walk in that room and answer the right questions, how to get prepared for the interview, and give yourself a better chance of getting that job. Today's exciting because we're talking about how to keep that job and get the raise you've always wanted. And really it comes down to how to be liked by your boss and how to do things to where your boss is going to want to keep you around and give you that raise so you stay around, right?
Right.
So Absolutely. Welcome back, Carlo.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Carlo is HR manager for MNP. He's been with us for the first two videos, really sharing his expertise on it. He's an expert in this area, and so we love that he's here with us. MNP has been a great supporter of Youth One for almost, well, it's probably been about 2 full years now.
For sure.
And they're able to help us out in this way as well, and so we're super excited for them to join us once again. What's the first thing that a youth can do when they get that job to make sure that they're doing well at it?
Well, for me, having a positive attitude and having a great attitude is probably the number one thing for myself. You want to be that team player. That goes a long way with employers.
Right.
Because as you can appreciate, you can always train the technical parts of a job, but how do you really train someone to be positive?
Right.
You got to have that. You have to be that right fit.
Yeah.
So that's my number one thing, is making sure that you're showing up to work with a positive attitude.
You're not showing into work, head down, slugging in, just saying,
like, oh man,
I'm just here to plug away and get it done.
This is just a job.
Counting down the hours till I have to leave.
Absolutely.
Which I think a lot of people, we get into that mode. It's just like, I'm just here for the paycheck.
Right.
I'm just gonna do what I have to do. And it's the people that go far and beyond.
That's right.
They show up well, they show up alert, they're great with the customers.
Absolutely.
That's the one the boss is really gonna
They're gonna notice you right off the bat.
Exactly.
Whether you're at McDonald's, A&W, or some professional, whatever, it doesn't matter.
That's so good. Point number two, what do you got?
Point number two is making sure that you got that job, so you want to make sure you show up on time, so you're punctual, and that you show that you have a strong work ethic. So showing that you're maybe willing to stay later to get the job done, or that you're supposed to work in a different area that you weren't necessarily going to work at. I just think being that flexible and showing that work ethic and being punctual will make you stand out for sure.
That work ethic is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next point.
Okay, and then my next point is just making sure you're open to learn new opportunities. So you may get used to doing one thing at that job, and you do it really well. And so people don't like change.
Right.
And so you might get asked to do something else. And if you embrace that opportunity, that only helps yourself.
Yeah, that's great. What a good point. What's your pro tip for us?
My pro tip would be make sure you're open to constructive criticism. So there might be times where you're getting feedback. And maybe it's not always good.
Right.
Instead of taking that personally, you should maybe use that criticism as a way to improve yourself and how you can get better at the job. And not take it so personally. If you're not getting the feedback, though, I think it's important then to actually ask for the feedback.
That's huge, right? Yeah, I always think about that. I had a conversation with a youth, a couple months ago about that. They said, I just don't even know how I'm doing, right? And I said, well, did you ask them how you're doing? Like, did you ask them for feedback? And he said, well, no. I said, you need to go in the next day and say, what are some areas I can improve on? I told him, I said, I'm guaranteeing it's probably going to suck, right? Because you're going to hear the areas that you suck at, right? But you're never going to be able to improve if you don't know the areas that you need to improve on. And you're never going to know those things unless you ask, especially if they're not telling you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a great way to improve. Thanks again for coming in, Carlo. This has been awesome.
No, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I feel like I've come away with good content in case I'm looking for a new job, side job or something. But no, that's good. For those of you watching, just so you know, if you didn't capture it at the beginning, is we have 3 videos now, 3 video series. First part is how to write a better resume. The second part is being great in your interviews. And then the third part is how to keep that job and potentially get a raise. You can follow all these steps. You can follow a few, but we guarantee the more steps that you follow that we talked about, the better chances are you getting a job and keeping a job. And so make sure to go through it. Just so you don't forget anything, we're actually providing you with a checklist for all of these things. We've provided the link in our bio. And so if you ever have questions, if you don't want to watch the video, grab that checklist before you do anything and just go off one by one, making sure you have all those things done. And it will really improve you getting that job that you want this summer or in the fall or whenever you're watching these videos. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Remember, like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that alert button so you get alerts anytime we post videos. We're always uploading new videos all the time to help you reach your full potential. So thanks for joining in. We hope you have a great week.
Good luck, everyone. Thanks.
See you guys later.